Welcome to episode 57 of the Character Unlock podcast. An hour or so of just two people talking shit.
It is what we do best.
It is. We're quite good at it. We got complained at last week, though.
I'm surprised we don't get complaints more often.
I mean, I'm surprised we don't get complaints more often, to be fair, but maybe it's because there's only like 3 people that listen to us. And I was told that I don't like any games because I'm not positive enough about anything.
To be fair, it's really easy to be negative against most games that come out.
I don't know, man. I'd like to think I'm positive about games I like. The only game that's come out recently that people want to talk about is Red Dead Redemption. I didn't like it, but that's it. I'm going to be positive. I promise I'm going to be positive this episode. I'm positive I fucking hate Red Dead Redemption.
Well, that lasted a while.
Yeah. I am hosting this silly little shindig today, so this is me. And joining me as always is my good buddy John Miller. How are you, John?
Hey everybody, I'm good. How's things with you?
All right, mate. Did you have a good Black Friday? Did you spend a fortune?
I did. I did spend a lot of money on Black Friday because I bought a TV, an Apple TV, and a Hoover.
Nice. Very nice.
I don't know which one I'm most excited about.
Is it hoovering the dust off of your Apple TV as you watch it on your new TV?
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty much.
I finally joined 2016 with Black Friday and bought a bunch of Amazon Echoes. I have Amazon Echoes all over my house now.
Just everything, all the Echoes everywhere. Alexa, play Teen Titans Go.
Exactly. These are the things
all the time.
These are the things that I have learnt not to tell my child because she remembers them. And A, bitches when I don't let her watch Teen Titans Go at the dinner table because we have a Amazon show in the kitchen. But B, when I'm not around, she just wanders around talking to Alexa, telling her to make a joke, which is great. Just her laughing at Alexa over and over and over again. Yeah, it's interesting in this house. Because it's not my house, I can't really fit Alexa up to the heating because it means ripping bits out. I've got to change my light fittings if I want to put smart lights in. I'm yet to figure out if there was actually a point to me buying these things, but I am enjoying them. But yeah, quite flatly refused to spend a fortune on Black Friday and then bought a load of Amazon Echoes. Excellent.
Yeah, to be fair, I wish I could get loads of really cool smart tech and, Echoes and change my heating to a Hive thing and, just be able to smart home the entire house so I don't have to ever lift a finger to do anything. But sadly, it probably wouldn't be very useful in my place.
Well, we kind of sat there, right? So Maya and me have been going at each other for about a month, trying to figure out what to buy each other for Christmas. And I went, well, we keep talking about buying these bloody things. Why don't we, instead of fighting to figure out something to buy each other for Christmas, why not just pool our money and not pool our money, but instead of spending, 150 quid each on shit that we're going to hate, just spend a couple hundred quid and stock up on Alexas. Just do that. And I'm okay with that. I bought her a little thing to open on Christmas Day. She's bought me a little thing to open on Christmas Day. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Now I ain't got to worry about fucking Christmas.
Apart from having a small child.
Well, the small child will A, be happy with whatever I get her because it's Christmas, and B, is already getting everything she fucking wants because she's kind of spoiled.
Yeah, only child syndrome. Although you do have a dog. So what are you getting the dog for Christmas?
The dog tends to get like squeaky toys, treats, things like that. She's a dog. She doesn't care.
She just likes opening wrapping paper. I know that's what my mum's dog does.
No, my dog doesn't like the wrapping paper, but once you give her something that squeaks, she will surgically remove the squeak and then never look at the toy again. She's like a dog serial killer. She's lethal removing squeaks from toys. Like, she could do it and then give you the toy back and you wouldn't know that it had a squeak removed from it. It's amazing and terrifying. I'm sure she's going to be my cause of death.
Yeah, probably. She'll realize that you squeak when she jumps on you one time, and then that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my Black Friday. I tried not to spend a fortune, still did. My week after Black Friday was better, I have to admit. When I went to Microsoft for a couple of days. Dude, I got to play the HoloLens.
I am infinitely envious of that. Because when I went down to Microsoft once, they didn't have the HoloLens. Or at least they didn't. I didn't know they had a HoloLens. I probably should have asked, but it seemed I was only there for like 4 hours. Didn't really seem appropriate. I did spend a fair bit of time in the Xbox room,
Well,
which was
this
pretty
was
cool.
the thing. So I was down there for 3 days. So day one, I walked in and went, "So where's the Xbox room?" And got taken to the Xbox room, which is just a room, as you can imagine, filled with Xboxes. Half of them didn't fucking work, but it was all good. Me and the person I went with, just kind of dicking around and playing racing games and Rocket League and shit. It was a bit of fun. What did I do day two? Oh, day two I found the fucking swings, which is hilarious. There's just a room just filled with wooden swings. It's kitted up. It looks like a jungle. It is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Okay, just swings.
Swings.
So it's a swinging party.
It's for swingers. I shit you not. I put pictures of it up on my Instagram and my Twitter feed. It's just swings.
All right.
Just empty swings because obviously I was taking the pictures. The only pictures I had were pictures of the swings and pictures of the person who I went with on the swings, and I'm pretty sure she wouldn't appreciate me putting pictures of her on Twitter, so I didn't. And then, but the thing was, you see, after I found the Xbox room, or after I was led to the Xbox room, I started asking people that weren't the people that were hosting us about HoloLens and if there were any around. I very quickly found out there were two. Also, there were two lots of HoloLens. There were actually four in the room we went into.
Cool.
But then I kept going. I kept asking everyone. I was like, "So those HoloLenses? Can I get in and have a look?" So by the time we got to, I was there from Tuesday to Thursday. Thursday morning when we got there, we were there a bit early, and I was sitting, and one of the guys walked past me. I was like, I'd asked him like 3 times in 2 days, and he kind of said hello to me as he walked past. I was like, "So about them HoloLenses?" He went, "Right, I have organised it. You and the people you're here with are going to go after your lunch and have a go." I was like, "Fucking yes!"
So you just kept bugging this guy until eventually he just went, "Fuck it, that's it. You're going to get a fucking HoloLens, and you're
Yeah,
gonna
I just
fucking deal with it."
Just get bugging people till they let me have a go on one. Mate, it pays to piss people off. Dude, it's really interesting. Because we all saw the E3 thing they had. They basically, it's like a HoloLens kit on a camera,
Yeah,
and you saw Minecraft. Well, it genuinely looks like that.
it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but it actually looks like that. So it's basically like you've got a set of glasses, and they're about 1.5 inches from your eyes, so you can look around, and if you look away from the lenses, it's normal, and you can see through the lenses. So, I was talking to my work colleague, and we were kind of conversing while I was looking at her and at the thing that was being projected in between us. It was really fucking weird. But, you basically just walk around a room, and it's a room. But you look through the lens, and there's like a building in front of you. Because the stuff they were showing off, I got to have a look at like a Minecraft demo thing, but not much. Because the guy I was talking to was saying what they've built these things for mainly, because they're £5,000. Like one single HoloLens kit is £5,000.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes the 400 quid you spend on a PlayStation VR look pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the thing is, you've got to find an industry that is going to spend that kind of money. So actually, the demo they had set up was for like the building and construction industry. So you can go into a massive, basically a living blueprint of a house. It was really cool. Like you can kind of, and a bit like you saw with the Minecraft demo, like it went closer in and it just kind of opened up as you went into it. It was it done kind of the same thing as you kind of pushed your head in. like the building would open up, and you could see inside all the rooms and shit. Mate, it was so cool. I I did broach the subject of buying a HoloLens with my wife, and she told me no.
I
In
can understand
in,
why.
in no uncertain. Well, probably because it cost the same amount as her car.
Yeah, or costs more than my car.
That's even worse. But yeah, it was actually kind of cool. I was really chuffed that I got to have a go, and I was, I was polite and I did the right thing. And I said to the guy, I said, I host a video game podcast. Am I okay to talk about it? He just looked at me and went, "You can buy these on the Microsoft site. There's nothing secret about what you're looking at. Feel free to talk about it as much as you want." And I suddenly felt about an inch tall and like a right tit for asking. But I asked, and yeah, he goes, "Yeah, just talk about it." So here I am, talking about HoloLens. Mate, it's very cool.
Yeah, I like I said, infinitely envious of the fact that you got to play with the fucking HoloLens, and I'd love to be able to just drop 5 grand and buy one.
But there's
But
nothing to do with it. That's the problem.
no, that's it's literally like I said, it'd be if I could drop 5 grand to just buy one. So we're talking like a millionaire here. It's like you would buy one just to put one somewhere.
Yeah,
It's like the car in that Fast and Furious movie.
yeah.
It's just like you bought a one of the kind car and just keep it inside a locked room where no one can even fucking see it. On the top of a very, very tall skyscraper.
It was. It's got a really weird like control scheme as well. Because obviously you haven't got a mouse or keyboard or anything, but it's still basically running Windows 10. So you still need the ability to click.
Okay.
So it basically, once you put your hand in front of it, you kind of, if you and you can. I made this joke several times while we were there. So if you can imagine the Ace Ventura shadow nipple grab.
Yep.
So the
Yeah.
kind of motion you have to do with your hand there.
Yep.
So once the HoloLens picks up your hand like that and you click your finger and thumb together, that's like a left mouse click, sorry. It's so fucking weird. But it's so responsive. Like, once you get used to the fact that you're basically leaning forward and pinching nothing, but that something you're looking at is responding to it, it's really cool. And of course, I managed to find a blue marker, so now I picked up a blue marker and I just drew dicks everywhere.
Yep.
Because why not?
Dicks in the air.
Dicks in the air, big 3D ones as well, so you could kind of look around them.
Big 3D airplanes.
Absolutely, it's the only kind of peen you want. But yeah, mate, it was so cool. I don't usually I'm usually quite quiet at places like that. I'm usually scared of saying something I'm not supposed to say and getting kicked out, because mainly because I then have to explain myself to work. I have to go to work and say, well, that thing I was in Reading for 3 days. Yeah, well, after day one, I wasn't allowed back in, so I just sat outside for 2 days.
Just sat outside, knocking on the door, going, "Hi guys,
Exactly.
can I come in, please?"
But yeah, I was kind of, once I found out there was someone on site, I was fucking relentless.
You're interested, something we're interested in, especially. I mean, when I went down there, it was just for like a couple of hours. It wasn't even like that special. We were there, went into the Xbox room, had lunch, talked about work stuff, and
Yeah.
then went back to the office like 6 hours later. We spent probably longer driving to Reading and back again than I
Yeah.
did actually in Reading.
To be fair, the HoloLens and the Xbox room and the swings and all that, it was the best bit of the 3 days I was there for. Because the reason I was actually there was a complete fucking waste of time. Yeah, I mean, I went down there for basically 3 days worth of lectures and training on
On how to do something you can already do.
how to do. Well, it was supposed to be good. It's stuff I already know, but it was supposed to be a good refresher course. And actually, it turned out to just really fucking anger me and the person I went with. Like, we were both very, very angry by the time we finished on Thursday. It was not a good 3 days for training. But yeah, for dicking around with new tech, they had because I had to go on another thing as well in the same room as the HoloLens. It was VR. It was definitely VR. but they called it same as they call the HoloLens like mixed reality
Yeah.
because it's not quite AR and it's not quite
No.
VR. It's MR.
Yeah, mixed reality. Makes sense.
Yeah, and they called this thing mixed reality as well, but actually it was virtual reality, and it feels like it's made by people that don't know that PlayStation VR is a thing. It's full all the way round you VR, like with a headset and like controllers in your hands, a bit like the Move controllers with triggers and shit. But the thing that I spent about an hour trying to figure out was there was no sensors anywhere in the room. Like, so I was playing this weird alien shooty game,
Yeah.
which was really cool, and considering I was in a room filled with fucking nerds, I got the high score on it. I was quite chuffed with myself. And there were points where
You were playing with nerds, not gamers. Different
true.
thing.
Yeah. And it was very cool, like things like when people shoot at you, it all slows down, and you kind of do this weird. You can be like the Matrix and just kind of dodge out of the way and watch bullets go past you. It was very cool. But there was no like, like the what's the other bit, like the HTC stuff.
Yeah, the Vive.
The Vive, thank you. It's got like the room sensors around, hasn't it? So you can scale the room
Yep.
or scale the game for you.
Yep.
Mainly so you don't walk into walls. None of
It's
that.
more fun. It's more fun to walk into walls.
I've never walked into a wall with a 400-pound camera on my head, but I'd rather not. But yeah, so it was basically like a VR headset and these triggers, one cable going to a computer, and once it's on, it's full VR. Like you can look around and it's like every other VR experience, but there was no room scaling sensors anywhere. I couldn't figure out how the fuck it was working. There's a very complicated amount of accelerometers and weird sensors inside the thing, but it was very cool.
Maybe it's got two cameras on the front to simulate the depth perception, can see where you are in the room based on that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that, but it was like solid plastic at the front. I mean, it looked like solid plastic at the front. But I mean, it was cool. What I'm saying, it was really, really cool tech.
Maybe there were sensors in the corners of the room that you couldn't see because they were embedded into the wall.
I mean, that's a possibility. The rest of the setup seemed very ad hoc, though, so that would be a bit OTT for for just a bunch of cables all over the floor.
I don't know. Maybe the sensors were there, you just didn't see them because you were too busy gushing.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. It's a real possibility, but it was very cool. But yeah, that was my. It's been an eventful couple of weeks since the last podcast, man. I've actually done shit.
Yeah. It's refreshing to be the one who did fuck all when you're the one who normally does nothing.
Yeah. True. No, it was a fun couple of days down in Reading, and we had a hotel with a free bar, which we made full use of.
Did you get a free bar?
There was no like hotels within the standard work expenses limit, so we just grabbed the nearest hotel. And their happy hour is between 6 and 8, and basically what they do is they just fill the fridges in this like club lounge thing, just with beer and wine and spirits and food, and you just go in, grab a seat, and just help yourself for 2 hours. So literally, so we'd get back from Microsoft we'd kick out about 4, get through fucking Reading traffic. We'd be back at the hotel for about 4:30, and both of us to go to the gym. So we both go for a run. Back to obviously our separate rooms, get showered, down at the lounge by 6, and just pound through as much free booze as we could. Get half drunk and then walk to TGI Fridays for dinner, where we would continue drinking and have work pay for it.
Yep.
I love my job.
Things like that are quite fun.
It was alright, because it's not very often I go out just drinking. So an excuse to sit there just going through bottles of beer and chat shit for a couple of hours with someone that I don't usually talk to that much was quite fun. It was a good couple of days. I just wish it would, the actual reason for us going down there had been worth it, but it wouldn't have, the stories for the podcast wouldn't have been half as good because no one listening to this gives a flying fuck about Microsoft Exchange and Office 365.
the people on the podcast aren't that interested in like Microsoft Exchange and 365.
Exactly, and it's my fucking job. But it's part of my fucking job. Yeah.
So
Well,
you were event filled.
yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it was all right. It was it was busy and yeah, just things happening. It's nice to have things just be happening instead of being the boring cunt that goes, well, I just sat here watching TV the whole time.
You do that a lot.
I do. I have a 5-year-old, man. I don't really get the opportunity to do much else.
Yeah, but Teen Titans Go is amazing.
Teen Titans Go is very good. I do like Teen Titans Go. I laughed more than I ever expected to watching that show. And the only reason I watch it is because I saw the trailer for the movie and it actually made me laugh. And then over the summer, Maya took Nikita to see it while I was at work, and they both said it was amazing. And then we discovered it on Amazon Prime, like the first 4 seasons or something are on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
And yeah, there's so many episodes just crying with laughter. It's brilliant. Yeah, that was my little catch up, mate. How's that?
It's a pretty good fucking catch up on what you've done. Much better than my catch up, because my catch up is mostly just the games that I've been playing in the last couple of weeks.
We'll save that for later.
Exactly. That's a whole other segment.
Well, it's because you see, the news section is a bit of a problem because we record on a Wednesday, okay,
And stuff's happening tomorrow.
and stuff happens tomorrow. Worse, stuff will happen tomorrow, and then the podcast will come out. So I don't even get a chance to maybe edit in a quick bit about it, which is such a fucking pain in the ass.
Wait, we're not allowed to be negative.
I'm positive it's a pain in the ass. Oh, not only are we not allowed to be negative, we've also got to consider changing the name of the podcast. Because there are too many podcasts that begin with C. Poor old Column, which also begins with C, motherfucker.
Yeah, change your name column.
Can't keep up with all the podcasts that begin with C.
Surely we're the most important one that begins with C for him. Anyway.
God, no, not for him.
Yep. No. No. The way that he stalks us on Twitter, right?
To be fair, he's like that with everybody on Twitter, which is why I love him.
He's already tweeted at us once during this episode.
Well, that's because I tweeted about getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning to watch the VGAs.
Colin, you're not even on this episode yet. You're still tweeting us about it. That doesn't even make sense. How are you ahead of the curve for once?
So yeah, like all the news happens tomorrow, which is great because by the time we record our next episode, it's going to be 2 weeks old and pointless talking about it. So I don't know what we talk about. Genuinely don't know what we talk about. I am looking forward to it, and this is kind of why I want to get up in the morning though. It's at 1:30 Friday morning. The VGAs are on. They're streaming on YouTube.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is why I actually thought, because I haven't got a fight for it, because the last couple of years, it's been a struggle watching the VGAs.
Yeah.
Since game trailers was no longer a thing, watching the VGAs has been a fucking pain in the ass. But this year they're streaming on YouTube, so I thought, I might get up and watch it because they're going to be revealing a new Far Cry.
Yeah, Far Cry.
Which I'm really quite excited for. And anybody that hasn't finished Far Cry 5, but is going to finish Far Cry 5, I'm about to spoil the end, so you might want to skip forward about 2 minutes, starting from, like, now.
Explosions!
Yeah. So, it looks like there's going to be a new post-apocalyptic set Far Cry game, which is going to follow on directly from the end of Far Cry 5, where if you get the correct ending, nukes go off.
Yay, nukes.
Which I will be honest, I did not fucking see coming when I played it.
No, I was definitely expecting an actual, successful ending.
Yeah. So I'm excited. What it does, I don't know what route they take. Is it just Far Cry with a post-apocalyptic skin? To be honest, I'd probably be okay with that. Probably needs to be a little bit smaller than Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 is a shortlister for one of my favourite games of the year, but it was a bit fucking long.
I'm expecting it to not so much be a Far Cry 5 sequel, more of what we had with the Blood Dragon experiment was a very, very short Far Cry 3 map,
Yeah,
Primal was basically Far Cry 4, but actually considerably bigger. So
yeah,
maybe this post-apocalyptic one be just the Far Cry 5 map expansion thing,
yeah,
more so than what the current DLC is, which is those little mini stories, which are fucking huge anyway.
yeah. Uh, but I have to.
Still haven't finished all of those yet.
No, I haven't. I haven't played Far Cry 3, which I got for free as part of the season pass. I played it for about 2 hours, really enjoyed it, but then moved on to something else. I've only played the Vietnam DLC, not played the other two. I just completely forgot that they're a thing. I suppose I should get them installed really and play them. It won't take long to do. Uh,
Yeah, I've got a fairly decent amount of time off between, well, the next episode and the next year's first episode.
yeah,
But I'll still end up probably spending as much time as possible playing either Red Dead Online or FIFA because that's how my time goes whenever I turn on my fucking Xbox.
where what other VGA stuff is there? Oh, so Last of Us 2 isn't coming to the VGAs. Not really a surprise.
Yay.
Uh, it seems PlayStation have sworn off all things advertising for the next few months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just keeping everything very close to the chest.
yeah, I don't blame them. We said this a couple of episodes ago. They've burnt all their exclusives for this year.
There's no point
No,
continuing to bring out announcements for stuff that's not coming out anytime soon. For one, because you'll just end up saturating the market with your shit,
yeah.
and there's just that no one needs to see another Last of Us 2 trailer when we've had how many so far?
Well, this is it. We don't need more trailers. We need release dates. We need news. We need a bit more gameplay. I want to see real people, sorry, playing the game. Because the demo we got at E3, while it looked fucking great, uh, was very heavily practiced, and
Yeah.
will never be that fucking smooth when I play it. Uh, but yeah, so no Red Dead. Sorry, not no Red Dead. No Last of Us 2. No Dragon Age 4, apparently. Although there might be some news on Dragon Age 4.
Well, the isn't just a little segue due to the fact that you said Dragon Age. One of the former boss, Mike Ledlow,
Yeah,
was part of the Assassin's Creed studio now.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah. So
nice.
at least the Dragon Age games had a really good fucking story to them.
Yeah,
So the only problem they had was poor development work.
yeah. But I think someone said it's going to be at least 3 years before we see it in stores. Definitely in development, but at least 3 years until it arrives. But we will possibly get news. I'm guessing some kind of teaser at the VGAs. This is the thing about the VGAs. I can't even be asked to talk about the nominees and things because no one cares.
Yeah.
The
As soon
VGAs
as
are all
they
about the announcements.
As soon as you bring out an award for best longest running game,
Yeah,
just to give an award to fucking Fortnite again.
yeah. What else was there? What else was there? So there's a lot of like denials this year as well. So like Rocksteady have come out and said they're not going to be at the VGAs because there was a few rumours that they might be.
Superman game.
Yeah, and they've also confirmed they're not working on a Superman game.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
People will actually be more interested in a Flash game, to be fair.
I'm curious as to what they do. I like Rocksteady. I liked the Arkham games. I never finished Arkham Knight
Or Arkham
or Arkham
City.
City.
Or Arkham the other one.
No, I finished Arkham Origins.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like Arkham Origins got a bit of shit because it wasn't as good as the other Arkham games. But what it was concentrated. It was easy to follow. It
Short.
was fun and it was short. Like it was 12 hours and done, which was perfect because I could not be asked of a 30-hour fucking open world Batman game. I really, really, really want to play and finish Arkham City and Arkham Knight, but I just at some point I'll grab them in a sale and play through them. But I bought a year and a half, 2 years ago. I bought the fucking BioShock collection to do the exact same thing. I've not even installed the bastard yet. It's just sat there on my shelf waiting for me to hit play. So
I'd love to finish the Arkham games. I finished Arkham Asylum because it was it was perfect because it
Yeah,
wasn't a massive open world. It had a very, very linear story where you couldn't really go, well, out of the way.
yeah,
It was essentially just a long, linear dungeon crawler, for
yeah,
lack of a better word, where you went into the same room about 4 or 5 times with different ways of getting through it because the room had evolved.
yeah.
Arkham City was not that game. Arkham City was massive open world Batman game where you end up having to sidetrack every 30 steps, not even
Yeah.
seconds, 30 steps because something's happened somewhere. And if you don't go and do that, then you somehow get bad.
Oh yeah. Well, this was the thing for Arkham City for me. I was just like, well, I want to do this, but this has happened. But now this has happened, and fight and crime and story and it's too much for me. I couldn't do it. I'm not saying for a second it was bad. I was like, nope, just no.
It's like having a video game with ADD.
Yeah, pretty much. What else was there? What else was there? Oh yeah, so they've announced. So the VGAs have said. I think this was today. Actually, they put this on Twitter. They said that Phil Spencer, good old Big Philly style, is going to be up on stage at some point during the VGAs,
Cool.
which kind of ties into Obsidian saying they're going to make an announcement at the VGAs. Obviously, Obsidian now is owned by Microsoft.
I hope it means that they're bringing KOTOR remasters.
Oh, nah, for the Xbox, no. Don't
Oh,
know. They don't own the Star Wars license. That's the problem.
true.
Uh, don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea. I'm not particularly. Uh, I'm not Obsidian's biggest fan, but that's not because they make crap games. Not in the slightest. It's because they make games that I don't play. So I'm curious to see
You
what
mean
they're
you
going
weren't a fan of Alpha Protocol?
to. Alpha
One
Protocol
of,
could have been great.
it's one of the worst games ever made.
Exactly. Be positive, motherfucker.
Sorry, I'm positive that it's one of the worst games ever made.
Uh, but yeah, I'm hoping that they do. They come up with something new. I fear that actually what would happen will be just a run-of-the-mill RPG, just so Microsoft can throw out a exclusive RPG. I hope I'm wrong. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow night. Or
Ju-
if you're listening to this on release day, we'll see last night or this morning.
I don't know, judging by a lot of the more recent Microsoft exclusives, Sea of Thieves, for instance, Smite,
Yeah,
and some of the other ones where they've been very cartoony exclusives.
yeah,
That Fable Legends game,
yep,
I think it was. All very similar, straight, little cartoony animation. Yeah, an RPG like that I can see coming
yeah,
because Super Lucky Style's another one.
yeah,
Microsoft seem to be obsessed with the little children's cartoons, but aimed for adults.
yeah. Fair enough.
Nostalgia games, basically.
Yeah. Uh, I think that's it for the VGAs. I'm
Yeah,
sure we'll have some Death Stranding stuff just because
you can't
Kojima.
not have it. You can't not have Death Stranding somewhere doing something for no reason.
Well, no, it's because it's Jeff Keighley in it, and Keighley
Yeah,
loves Kojima, and Kojima loves Keighley, and I would
and
expect to see some Death
I don't.
Stranding stuff.
We'll get another actor announcement.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I can't even. I don't remember who's on the list at the moment, apart from Mads and
And Guillermo del Toro,
and
Norman Reedus.
what's that woman?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think Leah Sado's in it,
Okay, yeah.
and shit, why have I forgotten her name? Was in the Assassin's Creed movie. I think she was. I can't remember.
Marion
Maybe.
Cotillard.
Yeah. Was
Okay,
she on the list?
don't know.
I can't remember. I think she was. I don't know. It's been a long time since I saw something to do with Death Stranding.
No, my excitement for Death Stranding has more or less vanished. I will play Death Stranding when it comes out to see what it's like, but no,
I probably won't.
fair enough. You've given up and gotten rid of your PS4 by then.
It's not coming out on the PS4, dude.
True. Yeah, it's definitely that's going to be a PS5 thing for sure.
PS6,
Yeah.
which is
Uh,
more trailers constantly, more trailers.
right. Other stuff to talk about. THQ Nordic, who own everything,
Yeah, they do.
literally own everything. When I die, I'm leaving my body to THQ Nordic.
Well, someone needs it.
Well, they seem to be able to resurrect everything else.
Exactly.
Uh, I feel like I've used that joke before.
80%.
Yeah, god damn it. Anyway, uh, so THQ Nordic now own Carmageddon, which is bizarre.
The thing is that they own all of these old IPs, which is great because no one else is holding on to them.
We know we had a
And
Carmageddon game 2 years ago.
yeah,
It was crap.
that was. I was going to, wasn't it actually on a mobile game?
No, it was out on Xbox. It was
All right,
utter fucking shite. Uh,
positive.
but the thing is, I really wanted it to be good. See, I grew up with Carmageddon.
Yeah,
So Carmageddon's one of those games, and this ties into what we're talking about with THQ Nordic. So THQ, fuck's sake, Brooker. So Carmageddon, when it first hit, it had that kind of death race mentality about it. It was it was close to the knuckle. It was violent. It pissed people off, and it was one of those games that just got notoriety for pissing other people off. You know, Carmageddon was a lot of fun to play, but it is very much of its time.
yeah.
Uh,
Duke
it,
Nukem is another.
yeah, kind of like Duke Nukem, more so than Duke Nukem, I think, because Carmageddon hasn't really aged well. I know Duke Nukem hasn't either, but like you can still pick up Duke 3D and play it, and it'd be fun. Carmageddon, I've tried to play like ports of the original ones, and I've really not enjoyed it as much as I loved them when I was older. And it does feel like one of those games that I loved because I was a edgelord dickhead, you know, 13 years old wanting to play the super violent game that was actually, I think it was it here? I'm pretty sure it was the UK. It was censored. You didn't kill people, you killed zombies,
Yeah,
which was just ridiculous. But yeah, and then we had a car, which shows you just how much Carmageddon shouldn't be a thing anymore. A Carmageddon game came out like 18 months, 2 years ago. No one played it. No one knew it was a thing, and it didn't. It had no place on the Xbox One. It shouldn't have been there at all. Uh, so for THQ Nordic, who are throwing money in some weird directions, but seem to have a plan, I am curious to what they're fucking going to do with Carmageddon. Because holy balls, dude, that is not an IP I ever expect to see come back.
this is where they own the rights to all of these games, and they're going to release one massive game which features all of them.
Battle Royale, like PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, but
Yep,
with Carmageddon
exactly.
and Metro and Homefront.
Yep, exactly like that.
Wow. And Time Splitters.
Yep, and Time Splitters.
Uh, but
So, basically, you just described having like you could have a Time Splitters game where you go through time and you go into a home front sort of area, and you can drive a car in from Carmageddon into some zombies before going through, and I don't know, Darksiders somehow.
yeah, but I can't wait to see what they do with it. I would love to see a good, fun Carmageddon game come back, but I don't see it happening. I genuinely don't. I would love it to, but I don't think it's possible. Not in this day and age.
No.
I just don't think it fits in 2018 or soon to be 2019. Uh, other stuff. Okay, so I think the last thing to talk about, and I'm kind of sad that this one needs to be a bit negative, but it looks like Starbreeze are in trouble financially.
Yeah, seems that way.
So Overkill's The Walking Dead, which I believe was published by Starbreeze, I don't remember, has not sold as much as some people thought it might. because it just says The Walking. People have assumed that it's going to sell because it says The Walking Dead on it. Uh, and I do know at least one person that's bought it just because it says The Walking Dead on it, which is hilarious because it looks just terrible. But it's not sold well at all, and it's dropped Starbreeze into some pretty serious financial trouble by the looks of it.
Yeah, they had to file for reconstruction.
Yeah, so it's basically it gives them a bit of breathing room with with people that they owe money to.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can recoup some of their finances and get things paid off. Here's to hoping that they manage it, because Starbreeze have had a couple of fun games in their history, man. I mean, we were talking before we started recording, like they go back as far as the Darkness. Yeah, the Darkness is super fun.
Yes.
I really enjoyed the Darkness, and it's a really dumbass story. Just gone on to backwards compatibility, by the way. I might have to pick that bad boy up. Okay, they made the really crap Syndicate remake for EA, which was just a misguided adventure in all directions.
And they made the Payday games, with
But
the Payday 1 being very good, and then Payday 2 being, well, very poorly looked after in the long run.
yeah, see, I played Payday 1 a fair amount. I played a little bit of Payday 2 on the PS4 and liked it. Because I didn't have anybody to play with, playing on your own is boring. That's a proper, you need friends to play with. And
Yeah.
friends that aren't going to be dicks while you're playing.
Sorry.
No, it's not even you. No. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking to the guy who will throw throwing knives at you when you're playing Red Dead Online, or more specifically, throw throwing knives at your horse while you're riding at full speed.
Fair enough. But yeah, I will be sad to see Starbreeze go if they do. I hope they get out of it, and frankly, I hope we just get Payday 3, because I would play Payday 3 gladly. I'd spend the money, I'd buy it on day one, and I'd spend shitloads of time playing it online with people just because why the fuck not? But yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to spend too much time on all the new stuff. Is going to be VGAs, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Well,
EGX is coming back to London.
yeah, I did quite like their advertisements of EGX is going home.
Oh, so happy. Mainly because somehow they found the most expensive place in Birmingham to be. Yeah.
Well, the most expensive place pretty much in the country.
I mean, I know why, because obviously it's the NEC. So the hotel we stayed at, the last one we all went to, so it's the hotel by the NEC, by the airport. So people pay a premium to stay in a half-decent hotel before they fly out, or
Yeah.
when they get home, and someone to park their car, because you can park your car there for the week, and it's not that expensive compared to some places. But it meant that when we went, it's close to fucking 600 quid with food to stay there for 3-4 nights.
Yep.
Fuck that.
But it's looking at the prices of the Premier Inn and in the NEC this time round was like nearing £800.
Yep. So
And I looked at it, I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna not go for all the days.
yeah,
It's like there's no way of making this could be cheaper. Even taking one day off barely saves me 100 quid.
yeah. So
Because the one day off you're losing is the cheapest.
yeah. So I've booked a Premier Inn round the corner from Excel in London, which was down on Docklands
Yep.
in London, which is nice, close to home for me, like really close to home. It's quite nice. I don't ever want to go home again because it's such a horrible place, but it's still London. I still love it. It's such a conflicting place, my home city. But yeah, I'm quite glad to see it go back to London. I'm hoping to go. I would like to go. We shall see.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to get enough of a band together for this that
Yeah.
we're gonna.
Just a shitload of us go down and just wreck a place for a couple of days.
Yeah, those guys have no idea what they're letting themselves in for. A load of people. I mean, it does say on the thing no parties, but
But there won't be a party. It'll just be all of us drinking.
Yeah,
We're not a party. We're just there.
yeah. There's no music.
No. Uh,
Take an Apple TV down there, stick Deadpool 2 on.
absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, so EGX going back to London, which is obviously a little bit of news, but it should be good. Should be fun.
To do a Deadpool drinking game.
Although to be fair, I could practice between now and then. And whoop all, because I just watch Deadpool just for fun every other day. Why the fuck not? Should we move on? Talk about some games.
I suppose we have to.
I mean, we don't have to. In no way do we have to.
You're not wrong there.
I don't know, mate. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to go first? What you been playing?
Okay, so I don't know. A, it feels weird to the fact that it's now like a month about this now, and it's still the game I've been playing the most is Red Dead Online, or more specifically just Red Dead in general. But the fact it's the online game mode came out last week,
Yeah.
in the last, since the last podcast, the online has gone live.
Last Wednesday, so a week
Yeah.
ago as we're recording.
Yes, so it's just more Red Dead, but with other people. I'm not going to be negative about it. I've enjoyed playing the online, but it's probably more to do with the fact that I'm playing with friends, and we've got ourselves a little posse together, which hilariously named is called Grab Them by the Posse.
I can't imagine that being original even slightly. I bet there's a million posses
Yeah.
called Grabbing by the Posse.
Oh yeah, I bet there is. But so we're Grab Them by the Posse. Well, you say a million. When we made it, the online beta was quite, unique to people who spent a fortune on it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But the posse we've got, it's me and a couple of friends who all have the game, and
But that helps if you want to play together.
yeah, and the two of them have their missuses who
Okay.
don't tend to play a lot of video games, but do like playing, open world hunting games. One of them's a massive fan of the Witcher series.
Okay.
So she really likes playing Red Dead, and she likes doing the hunting stuff. And when we were playing the multiplayer stuff, she was only interested in getting to the level to get herself a fishing rod and a bow, so she can go out and play in the online world. So it
Fair
works
enough.
really well, and so we're a little posse, and it kind of feels like we're a little gang with a camp that we just go to and from the camp, do a lot of stuff together, just fishing as a team. With some of us are much better at shooting than others. And so therefore it's kind of like if there's someone comes along or another posse comes along to do some griefing, or one of the stranger missions is you need to go kill members of another posse, we've got the people who can defend us, myself
Yeah.
included. I'm probably one of the better shots of the team.
Okay.
But it's quite fun to play with other people, as are most games like that. When playing on your own, kind of loses its appeal almost entirely. It's like restarting a really long game. So Red Dead's got a massive story, really fucking long story, as
Yeah.
you know, as I know, as everyone fucking knows. So after you finish the story like what I have, going into the online mode and going back down to 0 on everything was a bit of a, dick punch.
Yeah.
It's just it was really annoying to go into it and be rank 0, having to go through and unlock everything again, not having any money to buy anything, can't do any upgrades. You're kind of looking at all of your stuff as if to say, well, in the single player mode, I've got this, but I can't have that until the actual game's released because the beta only goes up to a certain rank. And Rockstar still haven't confirmed one way or the other if your rank progress is going to continue from the beta to when the actual game goes live.
Yeah.
They've not said that level resetting is going to happen soon. They've actually said that it's not going to happen soon, which is
Fair
a bit
enough.
of a relief.
Yeah.
But they've also not said that when the beta ends, because they've not confirmed the end of the beta.
Okay.
To be fair, GTA Online's still technically in fucking beta. But Red Dead Online could be and resetting the progress back to zero and resetting everyone's story back to zero, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Fair enough.
But if they have to do it, they have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, just it's a double-edged sword. Do you stop playing it now and wait for the beta to reset to full game and you have to start from the beginning again? Bearing in mind I've only played it for maybe 15 hours worth of online, and I've got myself level high enough to get the fishing rod just.
Okay.
Do I keep playing, or and hope that the fact that all the stuff doesn't reset, or do I just stop playing it and well,
Well, I
I've
mean,
got enough other fucking games. I should probably stop fucking playing.
well, yeah. These are the questions, aren't it? Would you rather go play something else? Have you got someone you can play with if the game resets? Have you got someone as equally as pissed off, but also will gladly level up with you again,
Oh
just so you've
yeah.
got something to do?
So when I was talking to my mates about it that I've been playing with, and I mentioned that Rockstar haven't said one way or the other if your progress is going to reset. One of them openly said, "Oh, why the fuck am I playing this then if it's going to reset? Surely I'll just waiting for it to actually go live."
Oh,
So
he's got a point.
yeah, so it's but again, no confirmation one way or the other when it's going to go full
No.
game. I'm assuming a lot of people are going to get to the max rank in the beta, which I'm still sure is level 50. Still don't know if they've confirmed one way or the other. If it's more yet, I've not looked since
I
they said it was going to be 50.
I have seen at least one person say that you can get to rank 65.
All right,
But I've
but 65 is where the fast travel's locked to.
yeah. So, but this is things I've just seen on YouTube in random passing. I've not been hunting out Red Dead Online stuff. In an effort to be more positive about the games I'm playing, I'm ignoring Red Dead
Red
Redemption.
Dead. It's a good plan. So the positive thing is that Red Dead Online is actually really fun if you're playing with other people that you can just chat shit with
Yeah,
and just casually just go around and do stuff. Or if you're one of the sort weird people that can just sit there and grind for hours on end on fishing for steelheads trout, which are the most valuable fish in the game to catch, because they
yeah.
come out they're about to sell at the butcher like $4.25,
Okay,
and for fishing that's really fucking easy to catch.
yeah.
And you can carry 10 fish at a time, so you basically get 42.50 per trip to the butcher.
Okay,
So it's like $50 for maybe 3 hours work,
yeah.
if that, or less. And so in a day you can get yourself a fair, decently amount of money.
Fair enough.
Assuming no one comes along and kills you while you're doing it, because then you lose a lot of things.
Do you drop all your loot and have to go and get it again?
I don't think you have to go and get it again. I think you do. I think you lose a lot of your loot. So I think you lose everything off of your horse at the very least. So
Yeah.
skins, carcasses, and things like that. But I think if it's in your bag, you don't lose it.
Okay, I was gonna say, fuck that. I've had enough of that shit with Fallout. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, there isn't a peaceful online mode yet, but again, beta. So I'm assuming that at some point they will release a peaceful mode where you can't kill
Yeah.
other players, which seems against the idea of how Red Dead is because it's whole outlaws thing. But
Yeah,
if
but that was the
you
thing
want,
that put me off of GTA Online. Apart from the fact
yeah,
that I didn't like GTA 5, like whenever I jumped on GTA Online, you'd run around and instantly run over by three cars and a tank. You know, well, okay,
or you'd
this,
be driving along in a car and all of a sudden your car's blown up because some dickhead flying a plane over the top.
yeah, right, well, this is what the fuck am I supposed to do? Why am I in this world that's just going to piss me off? I may as well go back to the single player and earn trophies.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's not a work. I will try Red Dead Online when it comes out of beta or when I've got nothing better to do. I have games that I want to play and games I'm enjoying, so I'm not playing Red Dead Online just yet.
yeah. I mean, they do say that they've got that thing where people who do a lot of griefing get put into lobbies with other people who do a lot of griefing. But at the same time, I think I'm in those lobbies essentially on GTA because although I don't do a lot of griefing of random players, I have been known to just casually shoot my friends for no reason.
In real life, or
Sure, most of them are dead now. No, it's serious. It's just that because of how easy it is to casually just come out of a mission, see that one of your friends isn't in your party
yeah,
or crew or posse in this case, and therefore they're not affected by friendly fire, and to immediately think I can fucking hit them with some knuckle dusters right now.
yeah, fair enough.
Or the other side of it is when you're the leader of the crew and you can just boot them out of it and then shoot them with a shotgun. Just immediately put them down and
Yeah,
then invite them back into the crew.
fair enough.
Just to be a dick. But with friends, it's kind of fine because you kind of half expect it.
Yeah,
But if you're just like you and your team of friends are just like chilling, fishing, and some guy's just spends the entire time killing you, and then you respawn near him and he kills you again anyway, and then you just respawn and then he kills you and then respawn and kills you and just over and over. That gets tedious after a while.
oh yeah, and this is why I don't do shit like that.
Griefers are the end of most online games.
Yeah,
I,
uh,
it's
yeah,
I don't understand why some people's idea of fun is making it so other people can't have fun.
I will never understand it, and it's why I don't play many online games anymore.
Yeah. Especially when games have game modes for doing exactly that.
Yes, exactly.
It's just that why play free roam when you can just go into the competitive let's shoot everybody game modes.
Yeah, yeah, I don't understand.
But it's just another game I'm playing right now, and will probably continue to play deep into maybe 4 or 5 years' time when I get my next generation of consoles.
Yeah, well, no, that's fine. If you enjoy, there's nothing wrong with playing it online if you're still enjoying it. Absolutely
Yeah,
not. And I'd never say, oh, you shouldn't be fucking playing that. It's absolute garbage. Because if you're enjoying it, cool.
yeah.
Just
Hey,
don't send me any invites.
yeah, I mean, GTA Online's been around since the Xbox 360 was still a thing,
Yeah,
and it was fucking terrible back then. But they gave you rewards for if you played it back then,
yeah,
and dealing with how shit it was. But GTA Online's still a thing, and I still play it almost
yeah.
all the time. Sometimes, I mean, it's like Red Dead Online was out. Red Dead Online may not have yet been out, but GTA Online put out a thing saying you can earn up to 1.5 million per day if you just log on every day. You literally
Nice,
log on and you get you've earned this much for logging on today. Come back tomorrow and it doubles your money.
nice.
So you just every day, it's like for a week. So just log on each day. You got 200k, 400k, 600k, and then it just like on the last day it was like you've earned 1.35 million. Because it's just literally giving away money.
Yeah, man. Why not?
Just by fucking you log in, drive around for a little bit, and then just turn it off and go play something else. And then the next day do the same thing, and the next day. Red Dead Online will probably have moments like that where you just casually playing and or you just turn it on and decide to fire it up for a little bit because you're bored, you got nothing else to do, so you might as well play some fucking Red Dead Online. You want to ride a horse for a little while,
Yeah,
pretend to be a cowboy with a Stetson, a little feather in your cap, and your horse named Tonto, that's actually been banned because you can't have that.
because Tonto's racist.
Yep. So Sarah Jessica Parker.
Well, I didn't try and name my horse Sarah Jessica Parker.
Actually, Sarah Jessica Parker doesn't fit. It's more Sarah J. Parker or just Sarah Parker. You
Oh,
can't call your horse that because it says that it's offensive.
well, she is pretty offensive.
Yeah, my horse is called Barry.
I mean, that's the most inoffensive name you could come up with.
Yep, and my second horse is called Other Barry.
Do you chase them around with a Scouse accent?
No, I don't. I might.
Are their names really Bally? I don't know where I'm going with that.
No.
Pretty much the end of my joke.
Yep, I think it's your turn. What have you played?
What should I talk about? I am going to talk about Huntdown. Do you remember Huntdown?
Yeah, we played it. Well, me and Lee played it at EGX last year, and me and you played it this year at
Rest.
Rezzed.
Yeah. So it's basically an old school side-scrolly arcade shooter thing. And we got sent a beta code for it from the developers.
Yep.
And they were just like, please don't make videos, do screenshots. And I'm like, you haven't said don't talk about it on the podcast, so I'm going to talk about it on the podcast. Mate, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's,
I can't imagine it not being good.
it's so good. It's so much fun. It's fucking balls hard. Like, it really is fucking really hard. Like, frustratingly hard. Like, I had to turn difficulty down to easy just to get through, like, the first boss that you come across. Because I was getting my ass handed to me. And it was driving me up the wall. I was proper, like, raging at it. But it was so much fun. But it's just one of those where you run through and everything kind of flashes by so quick. Like, oh, quick, grab an Uzi and use that until you come across the next weapon, which is a shotgun, and then find your grenades. And it's just like insane weapon after insane weapon after insane weapon, just mowing down just hundreds of bad guys as they come at you. It was so much fun. And I forgot how much fun it was from when we were playing it at Rezzed. But yeah, I can't wait for it. Like, when this game comes out to buy in full, it's still due to come out in 2018 according to their website. I don't see that happening. Because 2018 ends in like 3 weeks.
No.
But the second it comes out to buy, I will lay down a few quid and I will definitely pay for it because it is very, very good. It's got that, that kind of modern 80s art style. Like, everybody wants everything to look like Back to the Future. So it looks old, but it's also quite polished. It looks really nice. It's a weird aesthetic. It's not like playing an old 80s side screen. It's not like, booting up original Double Dragon and going, oh my god, this is terrible. Because it's fun to play, but it looks like arse. Huntdown is actually fun to play and looks fucking great. I really, there's not much to say about it. It's literally, you play big dude or big girl with gun and kill people. There ain't much to say about the actual game, but
it's everything you need to know and more.
yeah, it's so fun. I didn't want to turn it off, and the only reason I did was because I moved on to play the other game I'm going to talk about in a bit. But no, ton of fun. Highly recommended. When it hunt it down, pun intended.
Dick.
Well, yeah, keep an eye on their Twitter and all that kind of lot. When the game comes out, definitely give it a shot. It will, if it comes out, if it hits PS4 and Xbox for like 15 quid, day one purchase, no doubt about it. I really, really liked it, and I hope they make a really good game out of it.
I am very hopeful for Huntdown coming around, and I'm just really looking forward to the fact that if Huntdown comes out, and I know it sounds really shit, but I can't wait for it to be like on Game Pass or on Games with Gold at some point or something, just because then loads of people are going to fucking pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause it's a game that absolutely needs more people to play it because it's just side scroller shooter game from the 90s, from your old Genesis days or
old arcade boxes, man.
Oh yeah, that.
It does feel like it does feel like the kind of game that belongs in an arcade cab.
It's just everything about it is fucking brilliant, but it's just its place is in Rezzed, and therefore people are only interested in it because they like the Rezzed games. They're that guy that turned up with the fedora and the three-piece suit.
Yeah.
That he was wearing. That was fucking weird, and his walking stick.
Yeah.
That he didn't actually use in any way.
No, and it was really fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a shame that that's the kind of game that it gets labelled as. It's one of the few that was in those areas, in like EGX when we were there last year, and Rezzed when we were there beginning of this year. It's one of the few games in those areas that actually stuck out to me. There was that and that weird two-player competitive throwing bombs at each other thing. I've forgotten what it was called, but it was loads of fun.
It was like the little shitty, well, shitty. It's like basically worms, but with
Yeah, for just with two of you.
yeah,
Because I really like that because somehow I almost won, even though I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
yeah. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing either, and the fact that I did win was a surprise even to me.
Yeah. But yeah, Huntdown is loads of fun. I can't wait to see what happens with that. But yeah, not much else to say on that one. What else you been playing, buddy?
So, I mean, I'm gonna only briefly go into this one. Why I say briefly go into it because the only reason I can is because I've not finished it. I'm still playing it, but simply put, I'm not gonna even when I will have it finished by the next podcast, but the next podcast is gonna be well, award show, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's gonna be our end of year show, isn't it?
So it's the last show, so I kind of have to go into this as much as I possibly can. And I've played WWE 2K19 because, well, like I do every year, I always pick up the annual franchises that come out of the various sporting titles, and I do have an interest in WWE. Surprise, surprise. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it enough fucking times on this in the last 57 episodes. But it still surprises my friends when I'm playing it, and again they were playing Red Dead and we were in the party, and they said John's playing WWE, and they were really surprised by the fact. I was like, I like it. It's these stories are interesting. It's no different than watching a fucking soap on TV, as far as I'm concerned.
So yeah, this is and again, it's like we were saying about I'm not gonna rag on someone for playing Red Dead because they enjoy it. I'm not gonna rag on someone for watching wrestling. I don't watch soap operas, but I used to watch wrestling a lot, and when I
Yeah,
did, it was literally our bi-weekly soap opera.
yeah. That's the thing. It's like you get 2 episodes a week,
It
and
was
then
on as frequently as the bill.
yeah, 2 episodes a week, and then once a month you get a special version where it just culminates everything into one.
Yeah,
And the 2K19 essentially follows that kind of same narrative where you play as a created character, and then you can pick your own name, but then to make it so that it's easy and they can have actual in-game voices with voice actors who in most cases are the actual superstar, but in John Cena's case it's some guy
yeah.
sound nothing like John Cena. It's actually really fucking hilarious how little he sounds like him. Uh, but your character is given the nickname Buzz because of all of the, get this, buzz around him after his appearance on NXT.
Dear Lord.
Hey, Cookie.
There you go. There's the dog. That's the second time she's done that tonight.
Yep.
Fucking pain in the ass, pooch.
So your character's name is well nicknamed Buzz, and everyone refers to you as Buzz. In every time there's any audio, they just say, "Hey, Buzz." And when you come out onto Raw occasionally, the Michael Cole goes, "Looks like the crowd are feeling up a little buzz right now."
Oh, for God's sake.
I just want to choke Michael Cole
Oh, for God's sake.
more so than normal.
It's, it, See, these are the things that stop me from playing those games. It's a bit like when you play the UFC games and you have to give yourself a nickname.
Yeah,
And the only reason you give yourself a nickname is because you can't call yourself, penis slapper because
or Andrew Brooker
yeah,
because the
because
name won't be there.
yeah, because they can't pronounce that. But what they can pronounce is the pain giver, and that's all you ever get announced as.
Yeah.
When
Or in there's a Tiger Woods game not that long ago where you pick yourself a nickname and one of the options was Blammo.
yeah,
But the best thing is it's not just the commentary, it's the crowd in the Tiger Woods game. So if you smack the ball as the crowd shouts after you've played off a tee shot, some of them shout really great things like get in the hole. Other things have included such words as mashed potatoes.
okay.
Yep. But in that one, it's go Blammo. Or at least that's what it was because I picked Blammo, for instance.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Blammo. Go Blammo!
No, don't go Blammo. Just go away, Blammo.
So you're playing as your created character. So I'm John King, whose nickname is The Machine. So I'm John the Machine King.
Okay.
It works because it's my PlayStation gamer tag.
Yeah.
So, but being forced to be Buzz all the time really fucking infuriating. The story is not fantastic, but the gameplay is actually pretty solid. But it's just more of the same. Updated graphics, they're still way off, but they've done some pretty decent modeling
Okay.
of the actual wrestlers themselves. So some of them look a lot better than others, and the audio is actually not that bad. But the gameplay actually trying to play is very much the same as it's always been. I'm not entirely sure if it's my controller or if there's some minor glitching in it, but there's been times when I've pressed one button and it's done the different action. So you know how the A button, or what it used to be the X button, was always the grapple,
Yeah.
and that's like old SmackDown days. And then the X button, or in the case of the old SmackDown square, was like strike.
Yeah.
So occasionally I've been holding down the strike button to do a heavy strike, and it's done a grapple instead.
Okay.
And vice versa, where I've gone to do a grapple and I just swung a punch.
Fair enough.
But they've over the years, so from what it used to be, where you'd have well four, well no, you'd have five weak grapples because you'd press the grapple button and a direction or no direction to do a weak grapple, and then you'd hold the button down and a direction or no direction to do a strong grapple.
Yeah.
Well, they've also added in limb targeting, so you hold down the right bumper and then press one of the face buttons, so head, arms, legs, body, or torso rather, depending on which of the face buttons you press. There's also um, you just press the A button to go into like a neck and well, a collar tie up,
Yeah.
and then you do a direction. There's also holding down one of the shoulder buttons and pressing A to put them and a direction to put them into a hold of either fireman's carry or like power bomb
Yeah.
or and the other types. So the controls have gone really fucking complicated over the years. So to really be thinking back to classic wrestling games where you just had like four buttons. One of
Yeah.
them was punch, one of them was kick, another one was grapple, and the last one was to just Irish whip.
Yeah.
To go into now when you've got to press a massive combination of buttons just to do anything simple, yeah,
Yeah. I'm good.
it's really fucking infuriating sometimes. And I've played, I think it was 17, it might have been 16, went free on both PlayStation Plus and Games with Gold.
Yeah.
I was like, a group of my friends decided to pick it up, and we just played one game or elimination chamber match because there were six of us playing it, and it's a six-man match.
Yeah.
And it's like it was really easy for me because I have experience of playing wrestling games recently, and also had played the game itself
Yeah.
and the story. So I picked the shittest character on the roster, which I think was actually may have been Xavier Woods.
I don't know that name.
He's actually a TNA original.
Okay.
Moved on to WWE and joined up with Big E and Kofi Kingston to form the New Day.
Oh, okay. So yeah, see now I know the New
Yeah.
Day.
He's the one who almost never wrestles in the New Day because he's not as good as the other two.
Okay, fair enough.
So his rating is actually really fucking low compared to pretty much everyone else on the roster. And I
Okay.
still won comfortably because I have experience of playing the game and could do counters and other grapples, whereas they were just pretty much just button bashing.
I just kicking you over and over and over again.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because they were doing the same moves, they were really easy to see what was coming and just press the right trigger to block.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good hole filler when I'm trying to play anything else. Smash Bros comes out this week,
Yeah.
but because Nintendo Online is expensive for no reason, not entirely sure how much time I'm gonna play it because it kind of loses a lot of its fun playing just against the AI.
Yeah.
Smash Bros is a great game for to just playing on the couch,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's probably not going to happen all that often.
That's a shame. But
Yeah,
this is it. They know what they're doing. A couple of months before Smash Brothers come out, they bring in their
pay online.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Nintendo aren't as stupid as people seem to think they are.
or are they stupid for introducing the pay online just in general?
I don't think. Obviously, anecdotally, I don't play my Nintendo Online very often anyway, so I haven't bought it. I don't know how good it's. I don't know how well it's taken off.
No, you're not wrong on any account. It's definitely a an odd one to put together. Is that I don't know how much people are paying for online. I don't know how many people are paying for online. A lot of people are paying for the feature because it gives them it gives them cloud saves
Yeah,
essentially.
gives you cloud saves, gives you a couple of freebie games to play a month.
Yeah,
Uh, it's not that expensive. It's like what 20 quid a year or something.
yeah.
I understand it is expensive when you add it to the 50 quid a year you have to pay for Plus and the 50 quid a year you have to pay for Live.
But at least you're not paying 50 quid per game on those games, on those
True.
consoles.
Yeah.
I mean, you are almost always because you want to buy a game brand new, but when a Switch game is 6 months old, it's still 70 quid.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And it's like, well, I mean, how old are some of the launch titles now for the Switch?
Well,
And this
I,
Mario Odyssey is still fucking expensive.
yes, it is.
Mario Kart 8 still fucking expensive.
Nintendo games never drop though. This has always been the thing. Before the Switch, it was
Yeah.
always a thing. Nintendo games never dropped in price.
Nintendo exclusive games never dropped in price. The other games always did
Yeah.
because they kind of had to because otherwise well, people wouldn't have bought them. Especially like the GameCube games, for instance. If a GameCube game wasn't an exclusive, was more than 6 months, the price would drop with the other
Yeah.
consoles because they had to drop them because otherwise people just wouldn't buy them. Why would someone buy FIFA 2004 on the GameCube for 30 quid when they could buy FIFA 2004 on the PlayStation or on the Xbox Classic for 12?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So when the publisher's setting the price,
Yeah,
you know, publishers, especially EA and Activision, people like that, will always drop the price with the rest of them just to keep the sales coming in.
yeah,
But Nintendo know that they don't need to do that because their games will still sell even if they're full price
yeah.
because they do.
But I mean, I want to play Rayman Raving Rabbids. I want to finish it at some point, and in order to do that, I need to buy it.
Have you
And
bought Pokemon yet?
no, it was on my Boomerang list to rent, but it was top of my list. Both of them were top of my list,
Yeah,
and I didn't get one on launch, and they're still all out.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So, I didn't get one. I didn't get one of either, despite both being on my list to come out on launch, and I didn't get either, and I'm still waiting for them to arrive. But I'm fine as it is playing what I've got.
Yeah,
I don't imagine there's going to be a time when either of the Pokemon games go back to Boomerang because they are fucking long
yes,
games, and a lot of people won't send them back until after they've pretty much finished it.
yeah,
And with a Pokemon game, finishing those fuckers,
yeah,
that's years
yeah,
in some cases. That's months, years, definitely more than just weeks.
yeah.
I probably won't see either of those until probably February.
That's all right.
Right in the middle of the first silly season of the year.
True, true. Yeah. Oh yeah, Anthem will be out for you.
Don't know if I'll get that.
Metro Exodus.
Don't know if I'll get that either. Still
I'd like Metro Exodus.
I still haven't finished 2033.
Uh,
Well, I'm right at the end. I've actually got the point where it says if you continue here, you can't go back.
yeah. What was the other one? What's the one that's been moved? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Or any games. All
Yeah.
games should need to be moved out of February.
Yeah,
Stop releasing games at the same time. Spread them out over the year.
yeah, yeah. No one wants to release games in summer
I don't know why.
because they don't sell.
But that's the thing is that games don't sell in the summer But if every game that does sell, every game that comes out in the summer fucking sells.
Yeah, I think it's one of those weird. Uh, it, it's like legacy thinking. It's like you have one or two summer blockbusters, and then people don't put films out in the summer because people would rather be out in the garden or barbecue or park or something. People don't want to be in the house playing games. I'm like, actually, guys, I'm ginger. I shouldn't be near the sun. I'd rather be in the house playing games, please.
Yeah, not allowed outside
No.
when it's warm.
Uh, so yeah, it's old thinking. But
Yeah, I quite like the idea of going to the cinema in the summer. Nice big air conditioned room,
yep,
no sunlight,
sit in the dark.
cold drink in hand,
Absolutely.
some popcorn.
This is why I have an unlimited card. I don't even need to watch the film, just sleep in an air conditioned room.
Ah, man, that's heaven. Just
So
don't. My office doesn't have air conditioning.
so uh so
Little.
WWE 2K19, good,
Yeah,
bad,
it's
indifferent?
good. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it was indifferent. It's definitely on the good side of indifferent. Definitely worth a rent if you're interested. If you've not bought WWE 2K19 and you are interested in playing it, it's worth renting or hoping it goes free to play around WrestleMania like it does
Yeah,
every year.
yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, quite content with it. I've enjoyed what I've played of it so far.
Good.
I don't know how much more left is in the story. I mean, I'm currently in a storyline where I'm up against the Universal Champion, who happens to be Braun Strowman. But I don't know. Could be fun. Could be like the last chapter. I could have like three more chapters left because I don't know. There's no obvious aside from the fact that you're clearly building up towards WrestleMania. But I'm only at the Royal. I've only just finished the Royal Rumble, so there's still what 3 more months.
Yeah.
So I've got three more storylines to go through essentially between now and then. Well, they're saying that it does seem like the story's hinting towards a WrestleMania match against Triple H.
Nice. You have to stream it so I can watch it. I like watching people play wrestling games. It's
All right.
fun.
I'll next time I give myself a decent stint of playing it, I'll mix on myself
Yeah.
or Twitch myself
No. I don't want to stream
or
you doing that. Just
I'll just
play the
touch
game.
myself. That's
Just.
fine. On camera.
Oh God, no.
I'm pretty sure there was a woman who did that.
People get
Didn't realize.
banned on Twitch for doing that.
Pretty sure that one of the there was a Twitch streamer that did that without realizing she was still streaming, or at least
Yeah.
apparently didn't realize she was still streaming.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Not for one split second.
No.
Moving on.
Well, I don't know. There was that other guy that has been convicted with rape.
Wait, see, that was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah,
But also, he knew his fucking stream was on.
yeah. That was the worst part. The fact
Uh,
that he just said, "Be right back, guys," and then came back later on and bragged about it
yeah.
on his stream. Fucking moron.
Humans are a horrible species, man, I'm telling you.
But he just didn't realize that what he was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
And then I suppose when people are doing nothing but blowing your asshole,
Yeah.
then you kind of just accept everything and just assume that everyone's going to continue to do that, doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah. Pretty much. This is why I don't like people.
Yeah, people are dicks.
Yeah. But we're being positive.
Yeah, we're
We're, we're,
positive that people are dicks.
we're being positive. I'm gonna end this on a positive note with my last game of the episode, or last games, because it's technically two games. So I finished my replay of Hitman 2016,
Yeah, Hitman 2016.
which is
Fucking loving that game.
fucking outstanding.
I know.
It is such a good game. Like, it's the best puzzle game I've played in 5 years.
I'm really glad that I actually played Hitman 2016 very, very recently and managed to talk to you about it enough that you actually went out and started playing it again yourself.
Well, I'm really glad I picked up, because this was it, and this is this will segue into two games. So, excuse me. So I played Hitman 2016 mainly because I was sick of games that were annoying me. I was sick of playing new games that were just pissing me off. So I installed Hitman 2016, which I owned or own because I bought it the day it came out in episodic format. I bought the whole season pass thing. I bought into all of that and I played the episodes as they came. I couldn't remember fucking anything, so it was really fun to play them again. But yeah, it basically is absolute. If you go back to Absolution, Hitman 5, you play through it like a story. It's mission by mission by mission. You walk through, you do your killing, you move on. You can do your killing however you want, but it feels linear.
Yeah.
Hitman 2016 doesn't. Hitman 2016 is basically 6 different giant puzzles, and you have to figure out how to kill people. You have to figure out, because there are some missions where you've got to go and do extra things like destroy a virus, or you've got to go find some intel, stuff like that. And it's a puzzle. You've got to figure out how to do it. So I got to the end of Hitman 1, and I wanted more. So I bought the Patient Zero DLC, which was basically the upgrade to the Game of the Year edition. It cost me like 14 quid, and it's basically a bunch of new missions on the old maps on Hitman 1.
Yep.
So I played through a couple of those, and they are fucking tough. Like, genuinely, really fucking hard. The guard numbers are up. Do you remember what I was saying like the other week? There seems to be like a disguise you can have in each mission that basically gives you free reign to almost everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really count for these missions. They are really tough. Like first
bastard hard, as we'd like to say.
Bastard hard. The first one you've got to kill like 2 people, and they're constantly surrounded by people. They're constantly surrounded by armed guards. Doesn't matter what your disguise is, you can be seen. It took me forever to find. I had to get a wrench. It took me an hour to get a wrench so I could set up a booby trap for it. It was absolutely mental, but it was great. And then Friday, just gone. So a guy who sits next to me at work had just bought Hitman 2, and I was toying with the idea, and having just been burnt, spending like 80, 90 quid on Red Dead, I was kind of against buying Hitman a super duper special edition.
Yeah.
I ended up buying an 80 quid gold edition from Game. So it comes with a steelbook, and it's got the expansion pass, or 2 expansion passes, and a couple of extra bits. And what actually made me want to do it, do you remember, was the... we talked about this in like 2016 when Hitman 1 came out, is the elusive targets.
Oh yeah.
The
Those elusive targets were everything about that game.
Yeah, they were brilliant, they were original, they were fun, and obviously since then, like, the big joke has appeared, and the first elusive target in Hitman 2, I can talk about this now because I can't spoil it because it's over. So if you're listening to this and going, oh, I might play that, you can't.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that I'm going to spoil it.
You can't until at some point in the future when they re-release all the elusive targets like they did.
Yeah, true. So the first one was Sean Bean, which was great. So the first elusive target was Sean Bean. His story is that the ICA have killed him more than a dozen times and he keeps coming back. So his nickname is the Undying. Which obviously, the big joke that Sean Bean dies in fucking everything that he's in.
Yep.
So my challenge now was so I bought the game on the Friday. The Undying elusive target ended, I think, like 6 o'clock Tuesday morning. I needed to get the game delivered, get it installed, play at least up to the first mission and finish the first mission so I had some kind of, let's say, situational awareness. Because you don't want to walk into... Because you only get one chance at elusive targets. If you get killed, that's it. Once you start rolling story missions, or what they were called opportunities in Hitman 2016, they're called mission stories now. but they're the same thing. They're basically a set of puzzles that appear. So you could go, walk around somewhere and go, oh, there's someone in Hitman 1. It was, oh, this person's just bought a microphone that's famous for electrifying people. So now you have to go find this microphone and fit it up so someone electrocutes themselves with it.
Or yeah, someone's just hired a random cameraman, didn't ask his name or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Or there was like the first mission in Hitman 1 was the supermodel that looks suspiciously like Agent 47. So
Yeah.
you take a disguise as him, and now you can be him. But once those start playing out on an elusive target, you can't restart the mission. So the last thing I wanted to do was go into this mission and go, I've got no idea where the fuck I am, where the fuck anything is. And the thing with elusive targets is they don't come up as targets when you put your instinct on. So Hitman has that instinct mechanic, so you hit the right bumper and everything slows down and goes grey, except your target shows red, so you can see where they are. Which is hilarious because the maps in Hitman 2 are fucking massive, and
Yeah.
you can see the guy's a 20-minute walk away from you. You can still see him, but he's tiny and miles away.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen in an elusive target. They don't go red. They're just there. So I wanted to get a feel for the mission. So I needed to get the game delivered, get it played, at least finish the first mission so I could go and play Sean Bean. And then this was where it got the one bit that really kind of annoyed me. So you turn the game on and it throws you straight into a mission. You got to get into a house, walk around, get some intel, and then someone turns up. You have to kill them and escape. It's a good mission, actually. It's a really fun mission. Having just come off of Hitman 1, it was not an issue at all because I know all the mechanics. The mechanics haven't really changed. So it was not a problem. But the thing is, if you come into Hitman 2 having not played 1, that's bizarre to me. Why wouldn't you play the first one first?
Yeah, obviously.
It does have a story, as crap as the story is. It does have a story that kind of flows through. But then after you've done that mission, you get a little box come up and it goes, "We see you haven't done the tutorial." I was like, was that not it? Because they've added they've added two mechanics. One is the ability to hide in a bush,
Yay!
Assassin's Creed style.
Yeah, bushes.
You can hide bodies in bushes as well, although they can be discovered. So, like, if you
Actually,
hide,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So if you hide a body in a box, they'll never be discovered. If you hide them in a bush, someone walks close to them, they can be discovered.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd notice an arm sticking out
Yeah.
of a bush.
But you can hide in a bush now, so you can sneak around bushes. And the other mechanic is you can shoot cameras.
Finally.
Yeah. So
The number of times I've been playing Hitman 2016 and just being like walking around and says, "You've been noticed on surveillance." Oh, fuck off.
and now you got to spend 20 minutes trying to find the goddamn surveillance room.
And kill the people in the surveillance room to remove the tape without them knowing you were in there in the first place.
Yeah.
Or at least knocking them out.
Yeah. So now you can shoot the cameras, you can hide in bushes. These are the new mechanics, and both of these are explained to you in this opening mission. And then it says, here's your tutorial. But what's infuriating is the tutorial is
Doesn't mention either of those.
No, it's the tutorial from the first game.
The boat.
The boat and the Russian
Yeah.
airbase.
Russian fighter pilot thing.
Yeah, so you have to do the boat twice,
All right.
and then you have to do the Russian airbase. And I was like, I mean, I don't mind, because I've done them a lot, and I know these missions, and I ran through both of them in about 15 minutes. It was not a problem, even slightly. I know them that well. But I was like, this seems like a waste of my time. But it's still giving me trophies for it.
All right.
Okay, I'll take your trophies, fine. And then I realised that there are trophies for completing each mission story in the Russian airbase. So I killed the guy by firing him into the ejector seat.
Heh.
Because it's the easiest and quickest one to do. Because literally it's go get a mechanic's uniform, make the change, go get the guy, and then send him off into space and then run away. Piece of cake.
I thought the easiest one was getting him to think his wife was on the phone, where you just wear a military officer's uniform and just walk up to him and say, "Your wife's on the phone."
Yeah, I tried to do that one in the first game and it took me ages to do it. I think I fucked it up, so I didn't bother trying. I did get it in the end, but it took me far too much effort, and I thought the fighter pilot one just seems easy. And then you go into you get into proper missions, and the first mission is it's massive. It's set on a racetrack, and it's like a conference hall, and like a Formula 3000 racetrack, and there's pit bays, there's mechanics bays. It's huge, and you've got two people in it to kill.
Isn't
And
one of them the racing driver?
yes, one of them is a racing driver, and it pissed me off so much following her around and trying to find the perfect opportunity that when I accidentally fell into the opportunity and I had nothing colourful to kill her with, I just lobbed a meat cleaver in her face. It was great. It was so fucking satisfying. But when you because I like doing the challenges in Hitman, and I like doing like the never been seen or the suit only and stuff like that, because I think it's a lot of fun. But when I then went back into that map to do the Sean Bean elusive target, I was like, right, I'm going to do this properly. So I sabotaged a new android weapon and told it that Sean Bean was a target, and the second he went near it, an android shot him in the face.
Awesome.
It was amazing. It was the most satisfying kill. No, it's not, because I have done another one since that I won't talk about because it is a spoiler if you haven't played the game. But it is one of the most satisfying Hitman kills I've had, probably in the entirety from the beginning of 2016 through to now.
I don't know.
It was
I,
fucking
I,
great.
I don't think anything's ever going to beat this, how satisfying it was to get the 50 cal with the APC kills. That was fucking awesome.
No, see, I quite like the puzzles, the do the little things, and something horrendous happens, like accidentally on purpose shooting somebody in the face with a robot. I think it was great, absolutely great.
Oh no, wait, the one where it's you kill one target by pushing the other target off of a balcony on top of them.
Yeah, that's quite a good one. That's not a bad one at all. But
Uh,
you know what?
yeah,
It's rare that you can look at a game and look at its sequel and go, all you need out of the sequel is for it to be more of the same.
yep.
Because Hitman 2016 is spectacular, and I just wanted more of that. And I got slightly improved more of that. And it was just brilliant. I'm not even halfway through it yet. I've taken like a couple of days off. I've taken like Friday afternoon and Monday off of work, and Maya's not here Saturday night, so I've got one other game I want to play, and then I'm gonna sit in and
Smash Hitman.
bang through Hitman for a bit. Hopefully have it finished in time for the next episode. But yeah, mate, Hitman 2 snuck in as one of the best games I've played this year. It's so fucking good. It's as good as the first one, if not slightly better. If you're enjoying the first one, play the second one. I haven't yet had a chance to play the multiplayer mode.
We will.
The multiplayer mode looks interesting. It's marked up as being in beta at the moment, so I need to get better at the game first. But it's got that feeling when you hear, because it basically two people, it's one-on-one, and you both play as Agent 47 on the same map but different, and it's a competition. You've got to get 5, I think, unseen kills or unnoticed kills first, but you can fuck with the other guy's game, and you get, I think they're called ghost coins, and you can flick coins into the other person's game and distract his targets, so make their targets see the other player or get out the way of the other player, or you basically just interact with their game to fuck with them. It sounds a bit like when Assassin's Creed had multiplayer. It really does kind of sound like my bag. I don't think a lot of people will play it. I don't think it will be active for very long, but I do think it's the kind of multiplayer that I will absolutely adore. So I'm really looking forward to finding some time to play that as well. But mate, Hitman 2 is just superb. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't recommend it enough.
So, positive episode.
There you go.
Yay!
Positive. I've been positive about every fucking game I've played. You know, even my negative was barely a negative about Hitman 2. Oh no, I had to play the tutorial again. I liked the tutorial and I smashed it. No worries. I will go back and get some achievements on it later because achievements and it'll be easy. Yeah. Huntdown and Hitman 2. Two fucking superb games. I've had a really good couple of weeks.
Yeah. And I need to finish Hitman 1 so I can play Hitman 2. I really hope I can find some time to doing both of those things, but again, I'm always skeptical about how my time's going to fall when it comes to playing games because I
Yeah.
always end up stuck playing other things, and I've got loads of fucking TV to watch,
Yeah.
and Smash Brothers coming out soon, and yeah, I'll probably end up having Pokemon arrive at some point too.
Yeah.
Plus, I need to finish 2K19. Yeah, it's just and not enough time to do it before the next episode, but it's all right because I got loads of fucking time off over Christmas.
Yeah,
Where
you'll,
once again I'll just smash playing FIFA and Red Dead.
that's fine. Still stuff to talk about in the new year.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that about wraps us up, mate. Do you wanna? Have you got a recommendation for anybody?
No, I didn't actually look into any recommendations, but I guess just as pretty much everyone knows, if you've not actually played it yet, the Red Dead Online is currently live, and it's worth playing just because it's there.
Fair enough. I will recommend so going on to PlayStation Plus this week, I believe, is Soma. Soma is a weird atmospheric underwater horror game. That's I would recommend it to people that even don't like horror games because it's all there. You can now put it into I think they call it explore mode. So you basically turn the monsters off.
Okay, that's cool.
It's still all atmosphere and it's still creepy, but it's basically explore mode. Uh, I liked it. I like the atmosphere of Soma. Yeah, it's good, really good. I'm on a bit of a horror kick. It's Christmas. Christmas is quite a good time for horror, believe it or not. Uh, so yeah, horror all the way for me at the moment. But that's it, mate. I think we're done. I think
Yay.
I think we've had a good episode, a positive episode. I'm not renaming the podcast. It's still going to be Character Unlock. Sorry, Colin. Uh, but we've been positive, and
Rename
one,
the podcast, but keep it with the beginning with a C.
yeah,
I'll come up with ideas.
Character Cunlock.
Cunt lock.
Cuntlock. That'll do.
There we are.
Problem solved. So let's wrap this up in a nice, happy, smiley, friendly way, mate. Until next time, where can people find you?
So, Twitter, the John_CU, and Xbox Live is Long Dong Silver.
There we go. I'm on Twitter at Brooker411, and that's about it. If you don't want to listen to either of us or talk to either of us individually, as a team, we are Character Unlock on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. The last box standard episode of 2018, because our next episode will be the end of year pod, where we talk about our favourite games of the year and our least favourite games, and probably be slightly less positive than we are here, but we will try.
We are aiming for a slightly more positive because we try and go with more good, less bad.
Yeah, but you
And
can't talk about the stuff you loved without picking up the stuff you didn't like either.
especially when one of us is probably going to put something in the list of the best, whereas the other one's going to put it in the list of the worst. Or there's a possibility
possible.
of that happening.
I would
There is
say
a definite possibility
yeah,
of
I'd
it
say
happening.
unlikely, but possible. We'll see. But that's for a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Until then, dude, we will be back in a couple of weeks.
Yes, we will.
Say goodbye to the lovely listener.
All one of them?
All one of them.
You mean... no, because we've got that other guy that isn't Colin.
Okay, both of them. Say goodbye to both of them.
Bye, guys.